Well, it's no small undertaking writing an entire novel. Just imagine that. From the storyline to the business of publishing, not for the faint of heart. Tita Ramirez is a professor at Elon University who for the last decade has put her heart and soul into her first novel. I caught up with her this morning to talk about the process and maybe give a few tips for any of all of us that may be thinking about doing the same thing. All right, Tita, so let's talk about, to me it's overwhelming, the process of trying to start a novel. How did you get this started?
Bizarrely, or maybe not bizarrely, it started as a short story. I had an idea to write about someone I used to know. I used to work at a dermatologist's office, and there was a young woman who worked with me. Her name was Monica. And for some reason, she bubbled up in my memory, and I started writing a fictional character just loosely based on her. She's pregnant with her first child, and she is very unsure about everything in her life. And the short story sort of revolved around that, decision and that quandary that she was in. Finished it, published it, got it out there, and thought, okay, time to move on to my next project, my next story. I was writing short stories at the time. But I couldn't stop thinking about Monica. And her mom was a sort of a peripheral character in the story, and I couldn't stop thinking about her, really. So I just kept going. I just kept writing about them, and almost immediately I realized, oh my God, I think I might be writing my first novel.
And you said that, which I thought this was kind of cool, is that, because I always think to myself, oh, I'm imagining somebody at home typing away on the keyboard, but you wrote it in Greensboro, basically, right?
Yeah, I wrote this book over somewhere between 10 and 14 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I made the fatal mistake of starting my first novel when I started my family at age 40. At first I was writing in the bedroom that is now my second child's bedroom, and that was going okay. And then I had my second child and I got kicked out. And so I took it on the road, and I wrote hours and hours, pages and pages at what used to be the Green Bean down the street, and it's now Chandler's. I came here to Scuppernong Books and sat in this gorgeous back room and wrote.
And up in the
Yeah, all over. Basically all over downtown Greensboro.
Someone that wants to do this, if you're starting from square one, you got about 100,000 squares ahead of you.
Yeah.
What's your advice to get someone to get started?
Honestly, my biggest piece of advice is find the time as often as you can to sit down and just scribble. It doesn't have to be, the next great American novel. In fact, it's not going to be. It's probably going to be kind of yucky. You'll have some yucky, and you'll have some stuff that's not so yucky, and you'll start to be able to see that. So finding the time. It doesn't have to be every single day from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Most of us don't have that time. But if it's 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, eventually you're going to look into your notebook or your laptop, and you're going to see, oh, I just came up with 10 pages, some of which is yucky, and some of which is not so yucky. And then start going from there.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations. I think this is great. Best of luck for the book, and we're going to read it, all of us. Yeah, Tita's book is called Tell It To Me Singing, and it's available right now wherever you shop for books. We were at Scuppernong Bookstore in Greensboro. She had a kind of a launch party there a couple weeks ago. And keep with their website, because she may be doing another panel discussion. Tita is Cuban American, so she may be doing, it's kind of a Latina artist panel that she'll do. But that book looks really good, and the reviews, at least from what I've seen, look phenomenal. That's a lot of work.
It was. I wasn't surprised to hear how long it took her to read the book, because to write the book, excuse me. I know a lot of authors. My mom is an author. I've written a book as well too.
Cool.
And it takes a lot of time to put it together, to write it out, to figure out which route you want to go in terms of genre and things that you're looking to do. But it takes a lot of work. But then when you complete it and you have that book in your hand, it's like job well done.
Really
like
cool.
I did this.
Well, and just that's half the work, because the other half is how do you get it published?
That
That's
too.
a whole nother thing.
I like how she said yucky too, because especially as journalists, like we've all written something, you're like, this is genius, and then you're like, oh no,
this is not so much.
It's not genius at all.
It's true. Anyway, check out her book.